Hello. Hello, everyone. Oh, we got a bit to do tonight, I tell ya. Right, let's just move on. I've got a scene. Is basically GM prep. There it is. Turn that off there. And here we are. Here we are. Is that how it looked last time? I really have no idea if that's what it looked like last time or not. But we'll go for it. We'll go for it. Okay, I started a little bit. Oh, hang on. I just got to check that everything is live in the various places. That's all right. Let's go to YouTube and check YouTube. Am I live on YouTube? Yes, we are. So that's all good. All good, 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 good. Just make sure pictures coming through because it all done. Brilliant. And the only other thing that I need to make sure I have open is the restream chat. Excellent. Okay, then. So I think we had last time, I think we had pretty much changed. Oh, yes. Treasure. Or actually, I think did I put it in the conclusion of the plot? Let's just see what we did there. Yes. Okay, that's good. That's all done and dusted. I like to keep this quite sort of random because I don't know what's going to happen. So that looks like the first sort of like this second part of the classic fantasy, this Candlewick Supper, is done. That looks like it's all done. Let me just log into Roll20. This is the one. To make sure that's all done and dusted. Oh yes, I remember we had done all that as well. All that's ready and waiting, which is good. Okay then. So that brings us to the end of Classic Fantasy game. And so the next thing that we'll be moving on to is Mythras. And we'll be moving on to the next adventure. I'm sure we're going to do Mythras. I'm sure we said Mythras before anything else, which is good. Go back to the starting point. Now, I don't know, I don't think Max will be playing, so Rohan won't be in it, but Tiggity Tex is going to come back and play his animist. And like I said, we might have some other people joining as well. I hope one of them takes a mystic. If you'd like to see character sheets, then they are available by the Ko-fi subscription. So do go along and have a look at that. I think we've got... I do think that we actually have the animist is ready. I'll soon know. Yes. Yeah, so this is, it seems that we've got some weapons as well for him. It's an interesting choice of weapons. Really interesting. But a very low combat style, very low. Which will probably have some issues with, although I'm not too sure whether or not this one has been advanced enough. So whenever we have a new player coming along, we try to ensure that they're at the same level as everyone else. So we try to add quite a few points to them. So it's not actually like a starting level character. Okay, then. So this is what we had started on. Oh, yes. I think I remember. Let's just view this because I think it's going to be easier to view it. People come from outline, their crops failing, and even grass under their feet has turned grey and black. Quite isolated, tribal, witch doctors, goblin boars, nice. Insect spirit, swamp spirit. There is no swamp. So here we have the sort of like the step by step approach down here. At the time when people arrive, invited to a town, discuss, introduce Texas character, journey out to the surrounding areas, investigate the farms and land, encounters with haunts, identification of actions via spirits, journey to the crack in the mountain, the source of evil spirits, surrounding camp of tribal folks, possible descent into a tomb, descending into the tomb, traps and poison, reaching dealing with the final shaman. Shaman died, but not the spirit god. Okay, then. I still need to do some work on that, but we can start creating. I think, and see what actually happens. So I'm going to this one here. What should we call this? Return of the spirits. That's what we'll call it. And we'll say that this is the overview. Nice. Return of the spirits. We can change, share, save that. And then the first one that we want is Okay, let's go back here. Let's start my my plot. Plot. Turn of the spirits. 1. A town meeting, we're going to call this one. Let's look at the navigation. So we need to make this overview of that. And this needs to be 900 to fit in. Not a draft, not public. Save it. Okay. That's good. And then this needs to go into plots. Right. These all need to go into I think we have all, or maybe we don't have anything in organizations, but never mind. Let's go straight into the plots. Loads of plots here. I really love this plot. And Harpy Queen is what we just come over. So we'll start off with the town meeting. Okay. Many months after, and the characters getting used to living and hi Dark Gamble, how you doing? Living and Windvine. Heroic deeds with the Harpy Queen now legendary it's been invited to many houses where we should express a humble attitude. Many drinks have bought at the tavern. Characters will hi Danny Danny Wad. Do you think World Anvil is the best tool? I ended using OneNote to prepare my games. Yeah, so for me, it's a really good tool. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Number one, I have all my campaigns in one place, and it's a web browser, so I can access everything wherever I go. Each of my campaigns have a different sort of like area. so I can move from one to another. If I just go to a classic campaign that we're just doing at the moment, you can see that this is the campaign adventures that we've just come to an end to, but you can see that there's an overarching plot line and then different sort of like scenarios in it. The nice thing about anything on World Anvil is that you can actually link people to it from other places. So say, for example, if I talk about the shady person here. So the shady person was somebody called Percy Rodear. So if I type at Percy Rodear, can you see his name had come up? And I can click it, and so it is now linked there. So if I was to view this page, this is what it looks like when it's viewed. Obviously, I've put the picture in and things like that. You will notice that. Oh, did it save? What it will do is actually link to that that sort of like person. So here I've got some spells. So if I suddenly in the game need to know what my befuddle is, I can just click on it and it comes up, and then I can go back to the page. You have like a nice overview. And then these are all your scenarios, your scenes underneath that you can just click on, and you can add pictures. They're sort of like a sidebar, etc., etc. So for me, it's absolutely brilliant. The other thing that I'm not too sure that you would be doing this, but the other thing that you can have is that you can have different levels of access to things. So if I edit this, I'll just need to turn my camera off so you can see. You can see up here, this is published but private, but here I can add groups. So I can add all my players to it. I can add my Green Dragon supporters from Ko-fi or Patreon, so they can actually see the things. So it's just, I just feel I've used a lot of things in the past, and World Anvil is one that I've grown accustomed to. And initially I didn't like it at all. I thought it was absolutely dreadful. But let me, it was so dreadful. And no, not what, it's World Anvil, isn't it? So I actually did a YouTube video that was actually why I was wrong about World Anvil. So you can go and have a look at that if you wish. I'll pop it in the YouTube chat as well for you. So by all means, you can go off and have a look at that and see what you think. I think now that everything is I'm highly invested into World Anvil and love it. They've got really good customer support as well. Just so you know, you can import maps. You can create timelines. These are all my images that I've got in. You can actually write stories in it. You can have a separate campaign area. and you can, I mean, there's so much you can do with it, so much. I only use a limited amount of it, but you have your own notebook, a bit like OneNote, that you can type straight into here as well. So loads of things that you can do, but check out the video. It might not be for you, but you know, I strongly would. I use it a lot. I use it a lot. Will many drinks would have been bought for them at the tab? At the will be coming celebrated heroes of the app. Hey Cascade, how you doing? Hope you're looking good and feeling fine. Right, I want to do a bit of a quotey thing. So ask the players what have. Oh no, let's not do that yet, because I want to get Tex's character in as quickly as possible. So, because he's going to play an animist, so let's get him in straight away. Oh yeah, so I have my campaign is Valaris 42-7. So this is my campaign. So this is the Marshbanks plot that they've just done. I think there is a free version of it, so you can have a go. So, but I think in the end, it comes down to what you like. And obviously, I pay for it. I pay for that. It's a bit like this sim pack. Here, you can see that my players have access to it, but no one else. I just like it as a sort of like everything that's set up. So yeah, have a go at it and see what you think. But let's go back to Mythras. Right. So what is everybody tell? Show, don't tell. The early rays of the sun pierce the dark sky. Even at this time, it is still dark, and the cold wind from the mountains blows consistently through the empty streets. There is the village stirs first. Workers to make their way okay. To form for beds. Heroes get sleep slightly. As you lie dead, hear ocean side. Read the 5 or usual time. Yeah, so I can facts. Whisper. Be excited. Right, but simultaneously. As you listen to the sounds, what going? There is a soft but urgent voice. Urges play. When you fire, what, why, just respond. Body has been found on the beach, alive, barely dry. Back to the village. The heroes first. Nice. Okay, that'll do. It was very good, thank you, Chugawugga. It was very, very good. I enjoyed it immensely. There's a lot of different skills, though, between GMing and playing. It's going to take me a while to get used to playing. Okay, let's see what that looks like. That's nice. Okay, that's the end of the quote. Okay. Body on the beach. I'm going to change this. I'm going to call this body on the beach. Okay, so this is when Tex's character is going to come in. The Book of Schemes. Yeah, it's in sort of like Warhammer Germanic sort of like settings, but it's the town of Wendell, I think it is, or something like that, is Dan's completely created that. So has I was just thinking about it. It has Mr. Pickles and I were talking about it, and it's sort of, the adventure sounded like back in Lindo, which is the main town in Mythras, and there was like street urchins and things like that. So it was really, really good. I think I've GM'd too long, and I'm naturally in that sort of like mindset. So it's going to take me a while. Well, we've only got next week, and then the adventure be finished, but it's definitely going to sort of like take a while to become a better player. Body on a beach. Okay. Two parts of this scenario. First part will be the new animist knows and can share. The second part will be what the village and no. Okay, so this is going to be the animist. Life was simple. Life was bound into the changing seasons. At one spirits feeling temptation. No, that's not what the word. Feeling of temptation. No, that's not the word I want looking for. Feeling of no. Oh, let me just put stars in. I'll come back to it. No, I want it more that there were what's the word? When you're happy to be in a place and you feel that you feel relaxed and everything is fine, then the storm hit. lightning flashed across the sky. Wild gusts of no, it's like contentment. That's what I think I want to say, but it's not right. I'm sure of it. Feel like home to me. Yeah, it's like contempt. Oh, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. Lightning flashed across it. Wild gusts of wind rocked the earth itself. Feeling to the safety. You were one with the spirit and had a feeling of, I want to say, contemption. You know, when you're feeling content, I need the adjective for that feeling of being content. Here's the safety of your humble hut. You felt hands of wind grabbing you at your ankles, pulling you with tremendous force. Feeling, yeah, it's that's, you know, when you're completely contented. Oh, what's the word? I'll come back to it. Pulling you with tremendous force. World around you spiraled out of control. It could be satisfied. Oh, it's not the word I'm looking for. You're all on the right word, but it's just you, all the words you're saying is absolutely, it's describing the feeling exactly, but it's not what the word was in my head for some reason. But thank you. I'm not. Is there such a word called contempt? No, there isn't. Of spirits. Cozy. Yeah. Ting ting, ting ting. Hey, Electric Messiah, how you doing? Contended. Is that what you were going to? Yeah, it maybe it is as contended. I always like wanted to put a shun on the end of it. See that you were at one with the spirits and you had a feeling of contentment. That's what I want to. I'll rewrite it. Thank you, everyone. Though I'll rewrite it. Right, let's just put this down a bit. No, I think I've got mixed up with my words. Your lines. Your own voice combines with that of the wind and it's your world. Is suddenly engulfed with darkness. You wake up face down, sandy beach. Instinctively, you reach out into the spirit world. And feel the reassuring presence of your spirit. Spirit world is different. I've been playing some Forbidden Lands with an Impulse group. Very good. Oh yeah, nice. We're actually we're having we've got a one-off. Is it called a one shot? I think it's called. Dan True is a guest GM with us at the moment, and he's recently wrote an adventure book called Book of Schemes, which is coming out pretty soon. But he wanted to come across and GM it for us. So we had the first session last night, just with me, Mr. Pickles, Medivac, and Captain Kangaroo. And so we did part 1 last night, and then we're going to have part 2 next week. And the other thing is we're playing a game called Classic Fantasy Imperative at the moment, which is a free rule set that has come out under the Orc license. So it's completely free, and you can also make content for it completely free. Do you want to know, Electric Messiah, what I was amazed by was that Dan was GMing the game to us, but he's totally fluent in English, even though I think he's Danish is his first language. So it was absolutely amazing. But the spirit world is different. It appears barren, silent, almost sleeping, as if the world has forgotten about it, and it has been left to slowly fade away. You remember nothing of your life before the storm. This place is new to you. But somehow familiar. I went down the OSR solo rep recently and picked up a ton of books. Currently soloing with 4 Against Dark. That sounds excellent. It's interesting. I was saying in the stream this afternoon that I suddenly, it was very apparent last night that there are two completely different sets of skills, one being a GM and one being a player. And I need to work on my player. I enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to next week. But at the same time, there's a totally different set of skills. Places new, but somehow familiar. One thing that is so vivid in your mind is a voice that you heard being carried on the wind. A voice that uttered a few words. Break slumber. Protect this place from what is familiar. So the idea is that let me just pop that in italic so it looks different. So the idea of this indeed being a I can imagine I don't think it would sort of like have the same pull for me. I really like many oracles out there that make. Yeah, it reminds me, if anybody's as old as me, you'll remember the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. And the choose your adventure games, books. Oh, thank you. Branzioli. I hope I pronounced that right. Sorry if I did. My I think do you speak Portuguese in Brazil or Spanish? I read through that really, yeah, that was my first sort of like taste into role-playing games. But thank you for those kind words, Frank. I really do appreciate it. Portuguese. Yeah, I have a colleague at work that does a lot of academic stuff in South America. So the idea of this is the shaman, the animist. We haven't had an animist in the adventure at all. And so what I've had to do is recreate the spirit world. So we've always had the divine beings of the theist and the mystics and the sorcerers. And now what we've got is that we've got the spirits coming into the world. So what I've actually done, what I've actually done is that I've created like a whole load of spirits. I've sort of like recreated. I'm trying to think, is it in rules? Hang on, let's just type in. Here it is. So this is the these are the spirit deities of Odes, which is the land that they're on. So I've sort of like written a background, and it sort of like finishes off. So I'll read it to you just because it's very small. Since the start of time, spirits have roamed Odes. They were born out of the primordial liquids of creation and fought for supremacy over the developing land. It quickly became apparent that not all spirits could control the world, so they formed an agreement. Each spirit chose its domain, something that they alone would rule over. From the light to death, from the sky to seas, the spirits negotiated with each other and made treaties and pacts. However, some spirits needed to be stronger to hold the most potent domains, and were bullied by the other spirits to have what they considered unimportant domains to rule over. This bred hatred and suppression. Even before humans evolved on Odes, the spirits fought, each trying to hold the most significant power and absorb the more minor spirits' domains. But mankind brought a new challenge and power to the spirits. Worshipping individual spirits could bring them strength. No longer was it one spirit against another. The battles continued onto the material plane, where followers would seek to be the most substantial cult. Deadly battles raged across Odes until the two most potent spirits, necrosis and vitality, came together to form the second pact of the spirits. If the struggles continued, no one would be left alive on Odes to worship and praise the spirits. So giving and combining a little of their essence, necrosis and vitality formed a new spirit, the spirit of the great hunt, hounding. Every year, hounding would facilitate a competition, an opportunity for followers to battle against each other without the bloodshed of the black battles before. Hounding would bring forth a white stag and set it free on the land. The followers of the spirits would seek out the stag, and those who found it and killed it would be the victors for that year. Of course, the spirits were allowed to support their followers, but cheating was prohibited. After catching the stag, there was great celebration as both followers and spirits enjoyed the aftermath of the hunt. The spirits continued to reign supreme over the land until humans started to develop. As they learnt new trades and craft, they turned away from the land and the spirits in order to worship and follow new deities. As did their followers, the spirits faded until only a few remain. These are seen as outcasts, mocked as children who believe in ghosts and spirits, and shunned by almost everyone. But the spirits remain. They are providing power for their followers, knowing that time is on their side. Spirits are waiting. They watch time slip away. They are eternal, knowing that the time will come when they will rule the land once more, and Odes will be theirs. So we have various, these are the sort of like the spirits that I've made up. So spirits of life and light and rebirth, spirits of death and decay and darkness, which is what Tex is going to be playing. Spirit of the great hunt, spirit of healing and medicine, spirits of water, rivers, land, lakes and water, spirits of the land, growth and harvest, storms and weather, battles and conflicts, the spirit of the sea, wind and sailing. And then I've just made up another one recently. It's not fully created. Spirit of malice, destruction, pain and torture. So these will link to what each of the spirits do. So this is the spirit of death and darkness, and it's beliefs that death and decay are a natural process. Darkness is just the absence of life. It should not be feared. When we die, our spirit returns to the spirit world to be born again. And then, so these are its oaths and restrictions. And then these are the spirits. So these are friendly spirits, neutral spirits, aggressive, and associated animals. So you can see here we've got a range of things like an undeath spirit, a decay spirit, an elemental darkness spirit. And so the animist can summon these spirits. So the darkness spirit can actually manipulate the darkness, and it can actually become the darkness. And so it's really an undeath spirit can animate dead flesh. And animists in Mythras are a bit like they've been. Is it? If you think about Shadowrun, if you've ever played Shadowrun, that's what they're like. So they can call the spirits forward and give them. They can actually do things. So, for example, the shape-shifting spirit can actually shape-shift the animist into the associated animals. So in this case, spiders, snakes, scorpion, bats, and venomous creatures. So I quite like what I've created. I don't think so. All these I haven't sort of like done anything with yet, because I don't need to, and it's only when we actually get to it that I'll actually create something. So what's happened in Odess in this adventure, and if you're going to play this adventure, please turn away now and go do some washing up. The spirits of the swamps, and I had it. It's almost like the negative spirits. So we've got insect spirits, leeches, location swamp spirits, and these are like insect spirits. Shamans of insect spirits are sort of like have found a way back into the world, and with the absence of all the other spirits, they seek to sort of like take over. But the only thing that the spirits could do is to almost like dislodge somebody from a different reality and bring them into this world to bring their spirits in. So hopefully they can reignite the animist and, bring more life to the back to the spirits and worshipping. And maybe even, I'm really looking forward to this, because there has to be some really good theological discussions between the animist, played by Tex, and the theist, Bartleby, who's like a cleric. So Bartleby believes in gods and deities, while Tex believes in spirits. And where do those two join the line? Do they overlap or not? So here is when I just need to. So that first bit is what Tex will have. Okay, so I'll hand that to him, and then he can read that and then role play it however he wishes. An insect and swamp shaman has returned to. Do I have Odess actually? No. From a hidden sleep, and has realized that the major spirits are so faded that they are no longer protect the material world. Spirits have changed, have altered. Their followers believe not only their existence, but also their power and a sensing subtle shift spirit world. Vitality. I thought I'd done one for vitality, but made them not. Vitality reached out with a waning power. Summoned shaman from different reality, different place, a different continent. So yeah, it really was. It was a really good adventure. So you might be able to buy it, Electric Messiah, when it comes out and sort of like adapt it. Dan was saying it's really adaptable to a whole load of different systems. And brought them to Odess. The animist will arrive knowing little about previous life. All they know is that they have. I will, I don't know. We actually talked about it. Why does, hang on, let me go straight to spout. So we actually talked about it in episode 49 of the podcast, licensing imperatives and companions. So we actually talk about it then, but when it's actually, when it comes out, I'll send you a message. We talk about it in there. Look. So I do Mythras Matters every, the start of every month. So you can see it's been going for a long time. We're up to episode 52. This orange dot means that it's scheduled, ready to be published. I was just, I always like to go right the way back to the first one. May Your Mythras Matters. So it's had 1,384 downloads so far. Isn't that cool? Hey Darth, how you doing?
Hello, Dorothy, and
all they will know is that they have been summoned to breathe life back to a sterile world, and that there is a threat somewhere about to happen. Cool. That's good. What people saw. This is what I don't actually need to write this. I could just put bullet points in it because I know what it's going to. I know what's. Sometimes I get too carried away typing, and really and truly, I don't need to. Whoops. Copy. Okay. Person appeared on the beach, dropping down a half a meter land of sand. They were accompanied by a whirling wind that whipped up spray that is rainbow scattered. But adieu to you and you. Have a, I will do. Thank you so much, and it was lovely to see you, Electric Messiah. And I'll pass some information on when it gets published, the Book of Schemes. They were accompanied by a whirling wind that whipped the sand for a brief moment, but then it was gone. Person has been responsive. If they were sleeping, only occasionally strange words, a language to both villagers and a person. I'm on a roll, folks. I'm on a roll. Person was dry. I'm going to take this bit out. Alive, barely. Down here and go, the person was wet, but not with salt water. Appears to be rain or drinking water, although it has not rained in Windvine several days. I think that brings it together nicely, I think. Body will be brought to tavern. Party. Live. Be buying. Face up. Table. Once introduced, discussions can be exchanged and a place for the next stay. Also, be at this time that players say what their characters have been working on for the past 6 months. Capitals. This scene will end. Settling back down. Life. But I don't know why I actually put anything like this in, because the only person who's ever going to see that is me. Well, you guys have seen it now as well. Let's just see what that looks like. Good. I think I might just centralize this and possibly bold it as well. Let's take that, copy it, cut it, and put it there. And that's it. Save. Okay, so the next thing I need to do, and I'm a Adobe Cloud Express sort of person, is to think of a picture for it. Right. So I need a picture for it. So what? And Adobe, I know. I should be punished. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want text to image, landscape. Okay. Right, what do I want it to draw? Swamp with green mist at level a shaman walking towards camera. Okay, let's see what it does. Produce it for me, please. It's normally bad. I think I'm going to get rid of that and just ask it to. It's not very good when it starts doing people. These are all right. That'll do. I really like this picture. Remove its background. And do use the opacity slightly like that. Right. Okay, then we can download that. Done. And over here. Great. Drag it there. Right, back to my art. Oh, hang on. No, I need to know what it's called. Cover. Okay, I do. So this one first, design. It is. Save it. Then let's go body on the beach. Side. Save changes. And now we should have like that picture at the top of it for all. So I also have a panel there that I can use. Right, what's the time? Oh, I think I might leave it. Oh, I tell you what we'll do. Look, just before we go, we'll create the next part of it. So we come down here. Plot. Yeah, that's fine. So this will be rise of the spirits 2. Meeting. Okay, so design here. Oh, my neck's hurting so bad. That's why I'm thinking I need to have a break from just sat here. Overview, return of the spirit, and this is 800. Nice. Don't make it public, make it private. Make it private and let's see what it looks like. Open it into a new window. So that's the overview of everything. And then that will go on to this. So it's looking good. It's looking good. I like that. Right. Oh. Right, folks. Thank you for coming along tonight. It's always a short stream on a Sunday because I'm ready for bed. But I don't think you could do massive long streams with GM Prep. So I'm going to head off now, get an early night, and then tomorrow, of course, is content creation day, but also taking Mom out for blood tests as well. So thank you for all the support. I really, really do appreciate it. It's been lovely sharing with you, and thank you to everybody who's come in. And I hope you continue to enjoy my content. Have a good Monday, everyone. So if you're at work, work hard, and let's hope it goes really quickly, shall we? Okay, until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll catch you all later. See you. Bye-bye.